This is the most complete Midjourney comparison I've ever seen, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which tool to use to get results like this. I wanted to push Midjourney to its limits, see how well it can keep a character's face and vibe consistent, across new poses, outfits, and even full body scenes. And I did it using only the tools inside Midjourney itself: prompt anchors, Omni reference, and the new editor. So I ran a wild experiment. 3 tools, 3 characters, 2 brutal challenges. The results? Honestly, they blew my mind. Let's get into it! So we're putting 3 Midjourney tools to the test. Each one gets a different character and the same 2 challenges. Turn a close-up portrait into a full-body version while keeping the face consistent. Drop the same character into a whole new pose and setting, still keeping the face, outfit and vibe. Just a heads up, this video is for advanced Midjourney users. If you're new to the platform, check out our 17-minute beginner's guide. The link is in the description. To get started, we created 3 highly detailed close-up portraits using nothing but prompts. These prompts go deep. Descriptions like short asymmetrical haircut glowing neon pink with green streaks, piercing eyes, blue eyes glowing faintly, forehead marked with a faint rune glowing like frost. Every single facial detail is spelled out, and that's important because in the next step we'll be using these exact prompts to anchor the face when generating full body images. No need to copy anything down. All the prompts are waiting for you in the first comment. We've got 3 characters and each one is tied to a different Midjourney tool. Neona, assigned to the prompt anchor method. Eira, she'll represent the Omni reference. Kaelor, our wizard, using the editor tool. Alright, let the face-off begin! Alright, time to turn that beautiful close-up of Neona into a full-body portrait. We're starting with something called prompt anchoring, where we keep the original face description and simply add a detailed full-body continuation to the prompt. We're not using any special tools yet. No Omni, no editor, just pure text. Here's how we approached it. Full body, athletic slim build, cyberpunk leather outfit with glowing purple accents, matching pants and combat boots, standing in natural pose, studio lighting, white background. A few things to notice. We clearly say full body and we mean it. We describe every part of the body in detail, from shoulders to boots, to make sure Midjourney actually gives us a full body shot. If we leave out details, there's a good chance it'll just stop at the waist or crop the image awkwardly. The more specifics we give, the more Midjourney is forced to include the full figure. We're keeping the background simple, clean white like a studio shot. We'll play with scenery later. Let's take a look at the results. Here's our original close-up of Neona. Bright hair, nose ring, delicate tattoos, a unique cyberpunk vibe. And now, here are 4 full-body versions generated with that extended prompt. So, what do we think? Honestly, the outfit turned out really cool. It's consistent across all 4 images with a solid cyberpunk vibe and color palette. But the faces? Totally different. None of them look like the original close-up, and each one is completely unique. Only one of these, this one right here, looks even remotely like the original Neona. And even then, she's more like a distant cousin than the same person. Bottom line, prompt anchoring is a great first step for building a full-body character from a close-up. But if you really want consistency in the face, you're gonna need something stronger. Let's move on to the next method, Omni reference, and see how it holds up. Next up, we're using the Omni reference tool with Eira. Let's quickly explain what Omni does. According to the official Midjourney guide, Omni reference lets you bring characters, objects, or creatures from an image into your new Midjourney creations. But text still matters. Omni doesn't magically guess what you want. You need a detailed prompt to shape the full body, pose, and outfit. Here's part of the prompt we used for Eira. Full body studio portrait of a Nordic crystal witch. Crystalline circlet, fur-lined cloak, tall white boots. Standing tall, arms relaxed, cinematic lightning. You get the idea. We're describing the full figure in detail. Then, we hit the little image icon next to the prompt bar. Select Omni reference and upload the close-up of Eira. Hit generate, and here's what we get. Full body character, same outfit we described, and, most importantly, faces that actually look like the reference. Not bad! Now let's dive a bit deeper. Omni reference weight. This setting lets you control how strongly the tool follows the reference image. The default is 100. You can go all the way up to 1000. But Midjourney recommends staying below 400 unless you're combining it with a high stylized value. Let's test some levels. Omni 400. Not a huge difference from 100, still solid results. For all these tests, we're using a low stylization setting 50, which keeps things literal and prompt accurate. So what is stylization? Stylize controls how much creative freedom Midjourney takes. Low, accurate to your prompt. High, more artistic interpretation. Omni 1000. Here things start to fall apart a bit. Eira's body gets distorted and the face loses some resemblance. Omni 1000 plus stylized 600. Now this is magic! As the guide suggests, combining high Omni weight with high stylization gives Midjourney the creative room it needs to nail the details. The lightning? Beautiful. The outfit? Perfectly rendered. The face? Nearly identical to the original. Two images did get cropped at the knees, but overall, this was the best result by far. One last thing. Omni generations cost double credits compared to normal prompts, so use it when it really counts. Our final character is Kaelor, and this time we're using something completely different, the editor tool. According to the Midjourney docs, the editor provides a simple, web-based interface for editing both Midjourney and personal images. You can use in-painting, zoom, pen, remix, all together or individually. Sounds cool! But here's what actually matters for us. The editor lets you protect specific areas of an image from being changed. Anything you leave visible stays exactly the same. Anything you erase gets regenerated by Midjourney based on your prompt. That means we can lock in Kaelor's face without Midjourney touching a single pixel, and then describe only the missing parts like the body, clothing, and pose. In fact, if we do describe the face again in the prompt, Midjourney might try to generate a new one, which leads to weird glitches like double faces. I'll show you an example of that in a second. We open the editor from Kaelor's image. Click Smart Select and drop 2-3 dots on his face until it's fully covered in green. Then we hit Erase Background and poof! Everything outside the face turns into a transparent checkerboard. Now we use the Move Resize tool to scale the head down to about 20% and place it near the top center of the canvas. Important tip: Midjourney will always try to fit everything you describe into the image, so if you ask for boots or staffs or flowing robes, you need to leave enough space for those, or risk getting a squashed mutated mess. Full body portrait of a mystical desert wizard standing in a white photography studio. layered robes in sand and ivory tones, leather belt, bronze armlets, carved wooden staff with glowing crystals, trousers tucked into weathered boots, cinematic lighting, studio background, no face, no eyes, no jawline. That's the editor's job. What not to do? Here's a quick example of what happens if you do include facial details in the prompt. Midjourney gets confused and generates a second face somewhere on the body. Creepy stuff. The results? We get 4 gorgeous full body images. Same exact face, identical to the close-up, smooth body generation, great outfit and details, no distortions, no surprises. Editor might not be the flashiest tool, but when it comes to absolute facial consistency, it's a beast. Ready to put these tools to the ultimate test? Let's move to the next phase, the pose challenge. Alright, time for the ultimate test. We want to create a brand new image of Neona in a totally different setting and pose. This time she's in action, striking a pose in a complex scene with glowing lights and cinematic vibes. But here's the catch. We still want the same face, same outfit, same body proportions, just dropped into a new world. So first, we remind Midjourney who she is. We show it the original close-up and our best full body render. But now we're using only a prompt. And that prompt is a beast. It's got every detail from Neona's original face, full outfit breakdown, a dynamic new pose, a new cyberpunk city background with flying cars, reflections, rain, the whole aesthetic. Sounds perfect, right? Well, the results? Let's just say Midjourney had some creative freedom moments. Only one of the 4 outfits matched the original style. The body structure was kinda close across all images, but the faces? Nope. Every single one is a different person. Like, Midjourney took the general vibe of Neona and said, "Cool, I got it. Here are 4 completely new women I invented just now." Still, we're generous, so we give it another shot. Same detail breakdown, new setting. She's crossed leg on a hovering bike, holding a neon katana, purple haze moonlight neon reflections, basically Blade Runner meets anime. And super stylish images, really cool compositions. One of them maybe has a vague resemblance to the original Neona. But let's be honest, the face is gone. Bottom line, even with the most detailed prompts possible, Midjourney can't reliably remember a character across scenes. Not without help. We'll need something stronger to keep our character consistent. And that's exactly where we're heading next. Omni plus prompt combo challenge. Let's go! Now it's time to try the ultimate combo. We're using both the Omni reference and the style reference to lock in Eira's look, from her glowing eyes down to the silver straps on her boots. Step 1. The prompt. We start with a detailed cinematic prompt for Eira. Same face, same magical outfit, but this time she's in action. She's standing on a cliff, arms raised, frost swirling in the air, northern light blazing above. Classic Eira, but in a new pose, new background. Step 2. Lock the style. We click the plus button next to the prompt bar, select Style Reference and pick her best full body render. Style Reference lets you copy the vibe of an image, colors, textures, lighting, without copying the subject itself. It's perfect for keeping a consistent visual style across different scenes. This helps Midjourney match the outfit, materials, and overall visual tone. Step 3. Lock the face. Then we select Omni reference and choose her close-up portrait. That's how we make sure her face stays consistent. Settings: Omni weight 400, stylization 300. Run! The results? The face and clothing? Solid match. But none of the images show a full body. Two are basically upper body shots, the other two cut off somewhere around the thighs. And the pose still feels familiar. Arms raised, a bit of magic, but overall it's way too close to our original full body standing pose. Okay, if the prompt got a second chance, Omni deserves one too. Eira is now seated on a jagged frozen throne. One hand rests calmly, the other conjures magic. She's gazing into the distance, mysterious and powerful. We keep same style reference, her full body image, same Omni reference, her close-up. Omni weight stays at 400, but we lower stylization to 50 for more control. Fire it up! The outcome? Now we're talking. All four images show Eira seated, full body, on a beautiful ice throne. The face, hair, and outfit all match the original perfectly. The pose is different, the angle is different, the mood is different, but she still looks like Eira. Even the little details, her hand gestures, the glow of the frost orb, the folds of her cloak, all feel coherent with the character we designed. Summary: the Omni plus style reference combo finally gives us what we've been chasing. Same character, different scene, consistent style. But remember, it works best with Omni weight is well balanced, around 400. Stylization matters. Higher creative, lower precise. And yes, this method costs more credit than a basic prompt, so use it wisely. Now it's time for our final test. We're going to create a brand new scene for Kaelor, using only the Midjourney edit tool. A scene that keeps his face, his style, and his body proportions, but places him in a completely different setting. The challenge? If we want different pose, we can't just reuse the same face like before. Midjourney will keep it exactly the same. Same goes for the body. We want the same body, but posed differently. The first attempt? We open our favorite full body image of Kaelor. Then we stretch the canvas to the left by 50%. Now the original Kaelor image sits on the right half, and the left side is just empty, waiting to be filled. We enter this prompt. Keep the wizard on the right exactly as he is, extend the scene to show him standing on a stone balcony overlooking a vast ancient desert city at sunset. And the results? Not bad. The outfit is mostly consistent, the face is similar, but not perfect. Details like his forehead tattoo are missing. The pose barely changed. So yeah, partially successful. But hey, we gave the other tools a second chance. Let's give this one a fair shot too. Now for something legendary. What if we could combine everything? Use the close-up image to lock in the face and the full body image to preserve his outfit and proportions at the same time. Here's the trick. We start fresh by stretching the image to the right by 50%. Kaelor's full body image now sits on the left side. In the bottom left, we click Layers and Add, and drop in the close-up of his face, placing it on the right side of the canvas. Then we stretch the left edge of the canvas, so it now covers just 33% of the total width. Now the image is divided into three sections. Right, close-up of the face, center, full body image, left, empty space. The canvas Midjourney will complete. We enter this prompt. Keep the wizard's face, hairstyle, clothing, and staff exactly the same as the wizard on the right. Transform the scene so he is now sitting cross-legged on desert sand beside a glowing campfire under a star-filled night sky. We generate. and we get 4 decent results. Good structure, but still not quite what we asked for. The face and outfit are clearly preserved, is sitting, which is what we asked for, but in 2 images the campfire is missing entirely, in one the fire is somehow on his lap, and in most of them the star-filled sky we asked for is barely there, or completely missing. Yeah, that's hot, in a bad way. So we break out the magic wand. Here's how we perfect it. We take the best result, where Kaelor looks exactly right, no weird fire placement, just him sitting calmly in the sand. We crop out the right half, removing the close-up and original full-body image. Then we expand the left side to make room for the missing elements. Using Smart Select, we select only Kaelor, then we hit Erase Background to clear the space around him. Now we run this short prompt to fill in the missing details. Extend the scene so he's sitting on desert sand beside a glowing campfire under a star-filled night sky. This time, perfection! Kaelor sits in the desert, surrounded by glowing constellations and warm campfire light, and he looks exactly the same in all 4 variations, because we never touched his face or outfit. That was awesome! And just like that, we nailed the final challenge. So, what did we just do? We tested the limits of Midjourney, from cloning characters with Omni to rewriting reality with the editor tool. We changed poses, extended scenes, preserved faces, and made some serious visual magic. Let's talk tools real quick. Omni reference is fast, consistent, and great for character identity, but it costs twice the GPU, and you can't use Vari region, zoom, or pan. The editor tool takes more effort, but gives you insane flexibility. You can literally remix reality pixel by pixel. Alright, now it's your turn. Which result did you love the most? Was it Neona's cyberpunk transformation, Kaelor's desert meditation, or the Omni-powered clone army? And which tool are you most excited to try, Omni or editor? Let me know in the comments, I read all of them. And hey, if this video gave you ideas or inspiration, hit that like, share it with your AI art friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more creative madness. See you in the next one!